Hey y'all, I'm Taylor. Welcome back to my channel. Thanks for being here. Today I'm filming my wedding Q&A. I actually posted and asked for you guys to send me questions about 2 or 3 months ago at this point. But you know, life got crazy with the wedding. We were really busy and then we moved halfway across the country here to Waco and all the things happened and I couldn't even answer some of those questions until the wedding was over anyways, so we're doing it now and I hope you guys really like it. Alright, I'm just gonna jump into answering your guys' questions, but before I get into it, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and send me a comment or something down below about what you want to see next. Okay, the first question I got was, will you be taking Diego's last name? Yes, I am now Taylor Ray Andrade. Not legally yet. I'm kind of lagging on that because of some other things that I'm waiting to come through, but yes, my name will be Taylor Ray Andrade. When are you getting married? We got married on July 21st, 2021. I actually, short story time, we originally were going to get married on July 28th, 2021. And then the photographer I love, Sawyer, wasn't available on the 28th because she had a wedding on the 27th and it'd be like too much for a girl to like do 2 weddings within 48 hours, you know? So I literally moved the date of my wedding up a week to ensure that she was available because I love her that much. And I was like, no, she's my non-negotiable for the wedding. So if she can't do that day, then we can't do that day. So yeah, I ended up moving my wedding date because of my photographer because I'm that obsessed with her. Where is the wedding? So we had the wedding at Paradise Springs in Oakhurst, California. It's a gorgeous outdoorsy, woodsy venue and it was perfect for what we wanted because I really always wanted an outdoor woodsy wedding. So that was where we went, Paradise Springs. It was gorgeous. Honeymoon destination. So I'm gonna give you another story time you didn't ask for. So basically we were 4 days before the wedding, hanging out really late at night, making decorations for the wedding. Like Diego was painting, I was painting and making signs and stuff, just decorations, because we DIY'd a lot of stuff. And you know, it was 2 a.m. a few days before my wedding, so what did I decide to do? I was like, I need to update my resume right now. Girl. Anyways, so I did. I got out my Google Docs and I went to go update my resume. I already had a job lined up. I had a job planned. Diego did as well. I had no need for a resume. But that's what I needed to do. Definitely. So I got onto Google Docs and I started looking for my resume, and then I saw where there was a Google Sheet that Diego had made for a honeymoon months prior. And for those of you who don't know, because only a few people in our personal life know, I planned the wedding because I've dreamed of my wedding since I was 12. I planned that. And Diego had too many thoughts and opinions for my Pinterest board's liking. So I gave him the honeymoon, and that was our compromise, was I want to plan the wedding really bad. Do you want to do the honeymoon? And he was more excited about that. So we kind of separated and each conquered a big event on our own. So Diego's planning the honeymoon, and apparently he had just like forgotten about this Google Doc he made planning an entire honeymoon. So we were gonna go to Pismo Beach and spend like a week there. And that was kind of it because Pismo's a special spot to me primarily. So then we found this Google Sheet planned for Monterey, and it was like the Monterey Bay Aquarium, Lovers Point Beach, Lovers Point Cafe, Fisherman's Wharf, Cannery Row, like all these things, the 17-mile drive, like all these gorgeous, romantic, beautiful things. And I was like, Diego, why don't we go here? And I forgot to mention also on that sheet, he had found a Victorian Inn in Monterey for us to stay at. And I was like, I think yes. So I asked him, I was like, do you still want to do this, or are you happy with the one we planned? And he was like, well, let's look into that and see if we can do that, because like I'm excited for that. So I actually called the Victorian Inn like at 2 a.m. that night, and I was like, hey, do you happen to have like an opening for in 3 days for like a week? Is that possible? And also, how much would that cost? And they were like, psh, I mean, all we have available is a Premier King Suite though. Would that work? For our honey? Yes, yes, that's perfect, thank you. It was cheaper actually than the other honeymoon we had planned. So canceled that one 3 days before the wedding, booked this one 3 days before the wedding, and ended up doing that. So to answer the actual question, our honeymoon was to Monterey Bay, and we went to the aquarium, we went to Lover's Point, Cannery Row, did the 17-mile drive, everything and anything. We went to Carmel by the sea. When I tell you guys, I've never seen a more beautiful beach. I will be going there again. Diego, we're going there again. Is it overwhelming to plan a move and wedding at the same time? I think that really depends on who you're asking. In my opinion, no. I mean, were there times that things kind of collided when it came to schedules, or maybe happened on the same day and it was just too much and I got a little stressed out? Yes, of course, there were stressful days, but overall, I wouldn't say it was an overwhelming process. I actually had a lot of fun and really liked it. I'm just kind of someone who likes to plan though, and I am a very orderly person. I write down everything. I pray often. It's how I stay sane in the midst of everything. And so if you're type A like me, I would probably say no, because I didn't really have that hard of a time with it. But keep in mind, regardless of how type A and how prepared you are, there are stressful days. Also, I just noticed that Big Dog is in the frame. Say hi to my giant stuffed dog that I've had since I was 3. He's not going anywhere. I don't care how old I get. I will be buried with this dog, okay? Diego, I will be buried with this dog, okay? It's kind of morbid, but Diego and I have had the talk before where like, I want to die before him so I don't have to live without him. You know, like, I don't think it's too much to ask, but Diego says it's unfair. Do you recommend Bridesmaids? I 100% absolutely no doubt do recommend Bridesmaids. I say that because my bridesmaids were so amazing and so helpful and so fun, primarily the day before and morning of the wedding. They did so much to alleviate my stress, to help in literally any way they could with anything that they could, and it was just the greatest blessing ever. When I tell you I didn't touch anything in my ceremony spot for setting it up, I literally didn't have to touch anything. My bridesmaids and my mom went and set up, well, and some other people who were there for the rehearsal, went and set up the entire ceremony spot on their own, just went and did it because they're amazing people. My bridesmaids woke up really early on the day of the wedding with me and went down and decorated all the tables and all of the reception area with me and finishing touches on the ceremony spot. And they were so amazing. They helped me with so much. I mean, were there like, you know, 1 or 2 people who were not as helpful, kind of stressful at times? Obviously, it's bridesmaids. There's that whole stigma with it for a reason. But ultimately, I just have really amazing friends, in my opinion. I mean, I just think I got blessed with really amazing people and friends. A lot of girls who are like sisters to me in a lot of ways, and I recommend it. I really had fun with them. They made everything so amazing and so fun and beautiful, and they alleviated so much stress, you guys. Like, I can't even emphasize how much stress they just took away from me by being there. And that, I feel like that's what bridesmaids are for. They're there to help you. They're there to be sisters and friends, uplifting you, and I had a really great experience overall with it, so I do recommend Bridesmaids. I mean, why wouldn't you want your best gals up there with you anyways? But then again, another tangent you didn't ask for because it's who I am. I really wanted to have like 30 bridesmaids, but Diego said that he didn't have that many friends and that was overkill. I think he's being dramatic, but there's like, the problem with me is that I'm friends with everyone I meet and I fall in love with everyone I meet so quickly, and I literally had like 30 girls in mind that I wanted to have as bridesmaids, but Diego's like, hey, like, I have like 6 or 7 friends, so can you like not do that? And I was like, honestly, you're just being rude and inconsiderate at this point, but okay, what? So I had to pick and choose, and it made me feel kind of bad. So like, if you can afford to have 30 bridesmaids and you and your fiance both have that many friends, go for it. But Diego didn't want to hire on actors to be extra groomsmen, and I think that's kind of weird. So I'm kidding, obviously. Have people been shocked that you're so young and getting married? I don't know. I want to say from my side of things, like with my family and friends, no. Most of Diego's friends no. Some of Diego's family they weren't shocked, but they were more like, oh my goodness, but you're so young. And it's like, we're not that young. Like, I understand where you're coming from. Yes, we are young in the grand scheme of things, but I don't know. There's just like a maturity there that most people our age don't have. We both have our faith as the base of our relationship, and that's ultimately why we are succeeding so well, I believe at least. And we have a really good, stable relationship. I feel like, and I also feel like in the Christian community, it is very common for people to get married young. So for us, it wasn't that weird, because at least in my circle where everyone's Christian, Diego and I, as young Christians who got married young, it was normal to everyone else, because everyone else got married at the same age or around the same age. So I pretty much know, but I'm sure that there were people with opinions. There always are. Do y'all both have job plans? Yes, we did. Yes, we do. Yes. I had a job lined up before coming out here to be a nanny, and Diego got transferred with Target and is doing that full-time whenever he's not in school full-time. So the boy needs some sleep and some prayers, but he's handling it. So dude, this guy he's at Baylor studying neuroscience, and homeboy's gotten like 100% on literally everything he's done so far. Like, I'm jealous, I'm offended, but I'm also proud. As soon as you're married, are you going to want babies? No, I can't, no, and oh no. Do I want children more than anything in life? Truly, I want children more than anything in life. Diego as well, but not yet. I know a lot of people get married and a year or two in are like, okay, babies. I definitely have moments where my baby fever comes out when I see, like, do you guys know who Franklin is on TikTok? The cute little baby. Stop it. I'm gonna fangirl again. I love Franklin. I'm gonna put his mom's username right here so you guys can go learn about Franklin if you haven't seen him. Literally, I feel my ovaries just like, okay, I need to stop. Anyways, no, yeah, like, yes, I have baby fever sometimes. Diego's the one who wants kids more than me, but we've both mutually agreed on like 5 to 7 years before having kids, because we're both just really not down yet. Obviously, if I get pregnant on accident, have a little oopsie, we both see babies as blessings. We both would feel so incredibly happy and lucky that we get to be that baby's parent. But, you know, in a perfect world, if we were able to pick and choose and like plan, we agreed on 5 to 7 years. That way we have our careers started. Diego will be in his residency. I will be hopefully teaching at that point, or about to teach, and then that's when we'll kind of start that chapter of our lives. Do you think having an extravagant wedding is worth going into debt for? Never, ever, ever. No. Did I get my dream wedding? Yes, luckily, hallelujah. But no, I wouldn't have gone into debt for it. No, I didn't go into debt for it. And I don't recommend going into debt for a wedding ever. Well, there's so much hype around weddings, and like, I get it. I was one of those girls with the wedding magazines, with the Pinterest boards, dreamed of it my whole life. I get it. While also understanding what it's like to be that girl, I don't think it's worth starting off your married life in debt and starting off your marriage that way. I don't understand how that could or would be worth it. Yeah, I know a lot of people have like different opinions on that. I know a lot of people do go into debt for their wedding, get loans and do all those things, but ultimately it's a day. Like, it's a glorious, beautiful, joyous day, but it's a day that starts the rest of your life. So why would you want to set up the beginning of the rest of your life in a bad place financially just because of the party for your friends? You know? Wedding theme. So our wedding theme was like Enchanted Forest. It was in the woods. We had little lights everywhere. It was like golden and creamy. I guess I'm also answering the next question, which was what are your color schemes for the wedding? So I did like the evergreen, white, brown, bronze, gold and like silver, you know, just really earthy and pretty. I really want to stick to that and do like an enchanted forest theme. So that's what we did, and I really loved it. Is there anything you would do differently if you could? The only thing I can think of that I would do differently would be, I mean, there's a couple things I would do differently, but I think if I could just give one thing, I would just say the thing I wish I did differently was stressing out over my centerpieces so much. And I was actually told that by Deanna, this is so weird. I don't know how to explain the relationship. They're like my mentors in life, but they're also like my big brother and big sister, and also like friends, but also I look up to them even though there's friendship. So, you know, you get the gist from that. Aaron and Deanna, I love. Aaron officiated our wedding and also baptized me because he's just that important to me. And Deanna's his amazing wife who just has the sweetest personality, and she has the most special place in my heart. And Deanna was giving me a bunch of wedding and marriage advice at one point because we did our premarital counseling with them as well. And she told me not to freak out over centerpieces. And what did I do? I freaked out over centerpieces just to realize it doesn't matter. I don't even think I have pictures of them from that day. And like, who cares? It's centerpieces. Like, girl. So that's one thing I wish I did differently, was just not stress about those so much, because I literally freaked out about centerpieces for like 4 months. For what? What's something you changed your mind on that you didn't think you would? I mean, this doesn't really, it wasn't like a die-hard, we have to do this thing for me, but I always really wanted the sparkler exit that you see on Pinterest and Instagram all the time. And then I realized, hey, I'm having a wedding in the woods. Maybe lighting fires, like a bunch of little fires, isn't the best idea. So I didn't do that. And then I was gonna do like a biodegradable flower confetti, and I didn't do that either. And then we just did like a not champagne, we didn't have alcohol, we had a dry wedding. It was the sparkling cider, that's what we had. Everyone made like a tunnel with their glasses of cider, and we ran through it, and that was our exit. Did you guys set a budget for the wedding? For example, no more than 17,000. No. I mean, we didn't have a budget, but we also weren't like, no budget, anything we want. Like, there was no budget, but we were smart with our money and we budgeted along the way, you know? Did you pick a dress that was different from your initial idea of what you wanted? I didn't have an initial idea of what I wanted, so no. Shoe and hair and makeup details. My shoes, my wedding heels were these. What I wore down the aisle was white Jesus sandals. That's a whole different thing. My hair was done by my hairstylist, Kristen. I really loved it. And then my makeup I did myself, and I'm actually going to do a wedding makeup video, so go ahead and give this a like and a comment if you want to see that. Let me know. I think I'm going to do a video where I recreate my wedding makeup for you guys though, because I did do it myself and I really liked it. And the last question, how did you prepare for marriage? So we did several things. We did premarital counseling with Aaron and Deanna, as I previously mentioned, and then we also did a couple of Bible studies together that I'll actually grab and show you real quick. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, it's getting dark, so the lighting has changed a lot throughout this video, and I'm sorry. But we did premarital counseling with Aaron and Deanna, and then we did this Bible study to have and to hold, preparing for a godly marriage. You can get it on Amazon. And then this one, it's by Jim Burns and Doug Fields, and it's Getting Ready for Marriage Workbook, and it comes with a book that you do alongside it. I got this one at a Christian bookstore, and we each got copies, so we had 2 of each of these, and we did them together in preparation for our marriage, and I think it really helped. It brings up a lot of things that you wouldn't think to discuss prior. Alright, you guys, and that is it for this video. I hope you liked it. I hope I answered all of your questions about our wedding. If you have any more, go ahead and drop them down below and I'll be sure to answer them. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!